I have questions, and hopefully my cards have answers. So we're gonna just dig in. We're gonna fucking use our psychic abilities to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because sometimes you don't want to know, but sometimes you have to know, right? I've been finding myself saying I didn't want to be right very often lately. Quite a long time ago, even before Alberta introduced vaccine passports, and everybody was on two teams. Get vaccinated or else you're a shitty person, or if you get vaccinated, you're stupid and like a whatever, just like a simp for the state. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, non-vaccinated people taking up hospitals are... Some people can't get treatment that they need who did get vaccinated, you know, to protect their community. And that sucks. But my greater concern was always that the far right... Right when I said far right, a card flew out. You saw that, right? Knight of Cups. Interesting. Right when that was happening, I was worried that they were going to use this situation to their advantage. And now there's swastikas flying in Ottawa on Holocaust Remembrance Day. So I was right. Didn't want to be right. Where we're at now. Yep. Oh, fuck. The Tower. So the goal, it seems, generally the goal of white supremacists is to delegitimize the state, destabilize the state, while gaining support for themselves. The clock says 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Okay. And so it's working. It's working. There's a lot of support for this movement. And this is the goal too. Like, this card very much sums up where we're at now. What supports her crosses? Ace of Swords. That makes me wonder if we'll come to further violence beyond throwing rocks at ambulances and things like that. Recent past. King of Cups inverted. We're looking at a mismanagement of emotions. Near future. Queen of Cups. So that's kind of heartening. We may be moving in the future into a time of greater empathy for one another, a greater understanding of each other's motivations. Why are so many people suddenly defending Nazis and other far-right ideologies? So we have the Nine of Cups here. It's because they feel represented by these groups. They feel seen. They feel heard. And everyone right now is so scared that they're just looking for some comfort, for some reassurance and some validation of their concerns. What are the goals of the far right in Canada right now? What are they looking at? What's their, their short-term goals? What's their next step? Knight of Swords. That's genuinely really scary. That feels like army to me, Knight of Swords. Okay. Let's pull a clarifying card. Why do you need that? Why? I'm going to cut the deck now. Wheel of Fortune. They want to make a change that's going to benefit them. That's going to make them money, which it already has, but will continue to do so more. What can we do? What can we do about this? Seven of Pentacles. So this advice is to get ready for the long-term situation, not just only dealing with what's immediately in front of you. Kind of stocking up and preparing for something in the long term, and also in creating a protective space for people, which I think is very relevant. I'll do that. I'll protect you if I can. And the long-term thinking also, I mean, I guess all I did was, the wind's about to blow my door open, one sec. All I did was worry that the far right in Canada was going to use the COVID-19 and the mandates and the vaccine passport and all of this to their advantage to garner support. And they did. And so all I did was point it out before it happened, and that didn't help anyone because it just still happened. Some people might have heard me and been like, oh, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for some propaganda that's trying to trick me, I guess, maybe. But we need to do more. We need to do things that are concrete, such as making some hard choices, trusting our intuition. And by that, I don't just mean doing whatever you feel like doing, because that seems to be the new definition of intuition lately. And the second you suggest that someone maybe like take a minute to unplug and reflect on their choices, they block you, in my experience. And so we need to make some hard choices. And I think part of that comes with asking the question, who are we going to spend our time with? What do we want to focus on? Where do we want to put our energy? And a lot of people are facing some really hard choices right now in terms of, you know, who do they talk to? It could be loved ones, could be friends. It can be tough. So how about let's go with what's happening in Ottawa, like, as far as the creators, the leaders of this convoy are concerned. Ten of Pentacles. They're like, this is perfect. This is going great. This is exactly what we wanted. It's fulfilling our wildest dreams. It's making us a lot of money. And we're feeling very comfortable and very stable and very welcome with our swastikas in the fucking capital. Having pleasant conversations with police, making money off of GoFundMe, etc. Which is interesting because I just read that their GoFundMe, a lot of the donations got returned, but maybe they saw that coming and they were always planning on that shrinkage. Okay, now how about as far as the people who keep posting like pictures of their kids and they like genuinely seem to just have fully bought into it and think that even though the founders have all of them, like the leaders of this, all have very sketchy histories of being involved with far-right groups, Islamophobia, etc., etc. They're not, they're just not looking at that. And I think that they genuinely believe that it's a good cause. So what's going on down in Ottawa for those people right now? 10 of Cups. They're on the same page. They're like, man, this is the best. But the leaders, Pat and friends, they are feeling wealthy. And the people who have been propagandized into believing that this is a genuinely positive movement for everyone in Canada are feeling really emotionally fulfilled. And I think that's intentional by the powers that be. And it's going to help them come to this, they're inspiring these people. They're making them feel seen. They're making them feel like loved and safe, and they feel empowered, and they feel like they're doing something really good and really important. And so then next thing you just need to do is put a sword in their hand, theoretically, or metaphorically, or literally. Not literally a sword, but a weapon. And then once you have that, once you have the people, you have the good morale, you have the weapons, then you can turn the wheel. So how do we prevent this? Or can we prevent this wheel from turning, and how? Okay, so this is really important. This is a really relevant card to come up. 7 of Cups. Don't be fooled by misinformation, or check your sources. Help other people to check their sources, and try not to be an asshole about it unless they're already doing it, which is, fine. Then you can shut it down. You don't have a responsibility to every single person on social media or even in your day-to-day life. But if you can, just to help people understand what's going on, help them understand, the facts, the history of the people that have started it, etc. Just help keep people informed with genuine truths. And then also, don't allow yourself to get distracted by shiny things. Don't allow yourself to then get this hero complex and get distracted and lose your way. And don't allow yourself to get bogged down in these boring, stupid, time waster conversations with people. People make it pretty clear, usually early on, that you're not going to be able to change their mind, or that you might be able to. And so make that choice. Don't let someone just troll you and waste a bunch of your time and your energy, because that's a very old tactic of the far right. But in terms of hope, it does kind of have some hope, because the image shows a bunch of cups all with different things in them. And it's somewhat illusion, but also somewhat real. So as long as we can cut down to the reality of the situation and focus on that, select that path, select that cup for ourselves to drink from, that, it's possible. Once you establish yourself as a visible leader against a violent group, people might come for you, and they might use some very sneaky, shady tactics to try and stop you from engaging in the leadership and the protection building that you are doing. So stay sharp, pay attention, don't dox yourself, like be careful. Three of Wands. So this is a huge turning point. This whole thing. We have the opportunity to change the situation that we're in for better or for worse. We do not have the option of making it stay the same. That's not going to happen. It's too late. The ball's already rolling. The Tower is the first card that we pulled. So okay. It's time for that outcome. Holy fuck. My cat just knocked a mirror off of the mantle and broke it. That used to be up there. So I'm cleaning up the mirror that just broke, and I just got the idea that maybe I could do a karma spell with maybe these like smaller broken pieces. Just a thought.